Away we shall go.
Do the
Fellas,
thing.
do what thing? It has been a very long time. Tom, could you possibly help me refresh me on what happened last time?
What did happen last time? Um,
Well,
so
I'll
we
tell you what
went back.
happened
We
last
got
time.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Hogar. We got Hogar rest. We revived him through a means of some kind of weird. It was like a weird altar / summoning circle cut into like a pizza. It was weird. It was a weird thing. He had to hum and hum. Then a big ass fire demon showed up and was like, "All right, y'all pissed me off because you pissed off Enoch, so we're gonna eat all your asses all at once." Right. So he tried that, but Roku, him being the strong boy he is, and big brain moves, knew where he was gonna show up when he was teleporting all over the place. Smacked him on his head, but then he exploded, and now Mima is homeless. So after all the wreckage settled down, we gathered up. Oh, Oz's wife is from the book now. She arrives. She's a beautiful elf. I can't remember what she looked like. She's an elf. We got on the old storm crawler, right? We still have that boat, storm crawler.
Yep.
And we are on our way to the mainlands of Trust right now, all together, after sorting magic items. I believe that's everything.
Was a long assortment of magic items.
And go
I believe that about covers it. That's about all I remember. And with that, we pick up once more as the stormcrawler makes its way in the late evening air into the port of Greenglow. As you can see in the distance, the most vibrant nightlife of Trusk taking place. But alas, you sit quietly as you pull up amongst the dock.
Oz and his wife walk up from below deck. Well, thank you all for your help, and if you ever need help with anything magical, you know where to find me.
So, this is goodbye?
Goodbye makes it sound permanent. You can always come drop by the academy to see me.
So this is a farewell for now.
Yes, and farewell for now.
Well, farewell for now.
Farewell for now.
Catch you later, Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And it is with that your changeling friend, hidden in his more casual humanoid form, I'm assuming, makes his way out with his newly found wife, who as well informed you all of Avandra keeping the demons as well. And it is with that they walk down we made their way down the plank and walked their way farther into the city, hand in hand. It is now up to the rest of you to decide what you are going to do for the night. The rest of your normal crew, as well as Mima, joins you.
Right, so are we going to see, like, King Ulysses or the old guy who worships Celestian first?
Well, as long as you guys are still praying to Celestian, that old guy wants to see you because he basically has Celestian in his front door.
That's interesting.
So, Mima, do you want to see that? I feel like that's something you're kind of interested in.
Oh, I have not talked to Lamarck in over 30 years, probably. I would love to gain his introspections a bit further on the religion he introduced me to.
What about you, Gong? You want to come along? He should use a surfer drunk.
Sure, dude.
Right, so let's
Right,
go.
Right, so I like marbles and cheese. I don't know. What does he usually say? Stuff like that.
How many
I like shoving
bearings
ball
you can
bearings
fit
in my
your
mouth.
So, what do you all care to do?
Lock scrap
Well,
rush?
Yeah, it sounds like a good chunk of people want to go see Lamok.
Wait, is
But
it
also,
is it nighttime?
Yes, it is. It
Lock is
is.
like super old. He probably in bed.
Yeah, he's probably gonna sleep for
Oh.
hours.
You
that's
all
fair.
when you first saw Lamach, I believe it was towards the evening time.
Still, I don't think it'd be polite to knock at this hour.
Alright. I'm also super hurting still. Like, I got exploded on.
Oh, you didn't get to take a short rest.
No.
Oh no, you were sailing a ship.
I'm like 2 hit points.
Well, maybe we should find Mima's home tonight and we can spend the night at her house.
If the rumpus ring's doing anything. No, I'm too tired to do that.
Well, King Lord Ulysses Stabathird Bloodclaw III?
Lord King, Ulysses Stafford, Bloodclaw III.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Venison.
A lot of
Bloodclaw.
names. Venison.
I was this close.
That's close.
Where's his house at night?
Is he usually at the tower?
Ivory Tower.
Oh, I suppose he would probably be residing in the Ivory Fortress, as he regularly does. Although, as we've seen him before, he has been privy to attend the Rumpus Ring on such an occasion.
Well, we'll see who's fighting at the Rumpus Ring, and maybe that'll decide if he's there or not. Because if Valentino's there, he might be excited to see that. So he might be there for that fight.
Did you guys explain Valentino to Hogwarts at all?
I think you would know about him almost more than like I would.
Yeah, probably.
I don't
He's a
know.
rumpus
he
ring
was-
fighter.
Holgar was kind of an urchin when it comes to Truscan culture. They kind of lived out in the country.
Yeah, we live. Yeah.
Oh, Valentino was, well, Roku, you're a fan of the guy. You can tell him.
One of the best fighters that ever lived.
Neat.
That's it. Okay, so he was this guy who apparently fought in the Rumpus Ring and then went missing, but actually the Raven Queen took him and baptized him and made him basically into this gray, dull person. And then we cured him because I'm awesome. And
Neat.
now he's back to fighting. So it's a good old time.
Neat.
Without Loretta, it's not the same.
So head to the head to the tower first. What's
You
the
said
tower called
Rumpus
again?
Ring.
We should check out the Rumpus Ring first, just in case.
Yeah. Let's go to the Rumpus Ring.
Go to our favorite tower.
You make your way off of the ship and move farther inward towards town. You walk through the grassy knolls that eventually lead into the beginnings of the city area as you see the large 10-floor tower that is the Crimson Clover, the one-stop shop for all things booze and entertainment here in Trusk, the real pinnacle of orc architecture and entertainment. And it seems tonight is no shortage of that, as the windows show shadows of people, and noises are heard, as there is a great many voices rejoicing, screaming, laughing, arguing.
Roku
There's
is
a
wearing his cloak and glove because he did murder someone in here last time he was here.
right. So you look more like a Jedi, coming into the hood up, the very very low profile.
Hogar is Hogar.
Right. But to be fair, only one of you has murdered a person in public, so. But as you walk past, you hear a more specific sound coming from the general debauchery that is inside. You hear what can only be described as pig squeals and snorts. And with every snort and squeal comes a cacophony of cheers from the residents inside.
Egg racing? That doesn't seem like a trust thing.
Better not be my warthog.
Warthog fights? That seems like a trust thing. I'm living on the inner side for me, but I can see them doing that. Well, let's go in the Crimson Clover and see if we can find Lord King Ulysses.
You all enter the Crimson Clover.
Yes.
You take one step through those swinging wooden saloon doors, and you are immediately met with the warmth of a hearth in the corner and many, many bodies very close together. And it is here that you see the source of the squealing and the snorting, and that is a very, very familiar looking warthog being almost crowd surfed amongst the many patrons of the Crimson Clover. And as you are there, it is on its back, floating around, squealing in joy as it gets placed on the counter, and another tankard of ale sets in front of it. As it snatches it in its jaws, tips its piggy head back, and consumes the entire barrel of alcohol in a single gulp, as it slams its head down and lets out some snorts. It regains a cacophony of cheers once more from the patrons.
Does it look familiar?
Oh yeah.
Very
You said it
familiar.
looks familiar.
Very familiar,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Not to Hogar.
Not to
I'm gonna
Hogar.
look over at Roku.
Hogar's like,
Look at
oh,
that-
Warthog,
look
what
at
the
that
fuck's that
boar.
doing there?
Warthog, Warhog.
I'm just gonna stare at Roku with disbelief until like he looks down at me.
Look at him. He's perfect. We have to keep him.
It is almost after his latest stunt
You have fun.
that he turns back to the crowd, backs up, takes a little running start on all fours, and hops into the crowd. And once more, they grab a hold and embrace him and pass him amongst one another as he begins to barrel roll in between the hands of the bar patrons.
He's an animal. An absolute unit.
Well. That is an animal. You are correct there, Roku. So, what should we do first? Go to the rumpus ring, get some drinks.
Is there? I forget. Is there a bulletin board like that has like postings of like what fights going on, that type of stuff happening?
There is you've seen advertisements on the board out front, but no such advertisements for who's on tonight's Rumpus Ring bracket,
Okay.
or even if they're having one tonight. To be fair,
I'm gonna go up to like the first like table of drunk people I see, and I want to try and hop on the table, and then I'll proceed to ask.
you hop up onto the table, and immediately you see this man whose head is coated in the several beverages he's had tonight, sick on his shirt and down his pants and on his shoes, as he looks up and,
Hey, what are you doing, you nutter? What do you possibly want? Can you dance?
Oh,
Are you a dancer? Throw him a few gold to see if he dances.
sir, I was wondering who was fighting in the rumpus ring tonight.
You get hit in the face with a gold piece as a huskier, black-haired man next to him tosses gold pieces at you.
I look over at him. 20 gold for a dance, sir. Now you. Who is fighting in the rumpus ring?
They look at each other, and the man throwing the gold coin said, I wouldn't pay 20 gold for a dance with his mum. They slam the table and completely ignore your questioning.
Well, I'm gonna keep the gold that they threw at me because fuck them.
As the gold piece hits you in the face, you immediately just snag it and stuff it into your pants.
Snuff it into my my obvious sack of gold. Well, you're no help, and so I'm gonna hop down and look for a more, I guess, normal, like a more sober set of people.
Roll me a perception check or an insight check. Actually, roll an insight check. We're trying to judge the soberness of a crowd.
That's gonna be an 18.
Everyone looks a bit over the edge tonight, as is every night in Trusk. But there's one man who you can tell is stone sober. He is currently leaning back in his chair, free from a table. He currently is like leaned back on two legs, and with the black cloak covering him completely, he takes a big puff of a long, elegantly carved pipe, and you can't see anything of his face, but only the smoke retreating from underneath the hood, as he has his fine black boots kicked up on the table, pushing himself backwards.
It's not like green smoke or anything like that, right? It's just a normal pipe.
Just regular looking smoke from what you see.
Okay. Then yeah, I want to approach him. This guy, I don't want to hop up on the table, but just kind of like stand next to his chair and just kind of look up at him. And as I approach, I start talking from like 5 feet away. Oh, sir, you look like the first sober person I've seen today. And then, like, as I get up close, so I was wondering, do you know who's fighting in the rumpus ring today? Or is anyone fighting there?
He leans back even a bit further, making sure to lean his head forward so the cloak covers a bit more of his face as he takes a long inhale and exhale out, cascading in rings of smoke you see, as opposed to a big puff. He causes them to be, sort of growing in size, rings. Well, I ain't heard nothing about the rumpus ring tonight. But from what I heard, old Cassius is back in town.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that too.
Say, would you mind telling me your name?
Sweetie. And he wants to know my name, so I immediately want to roll, or I want to try and like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? Like,
Right, insight. You
I
can
was
insight.
here
You
for
can,
a simple question. He's like,
yeah, for sure. You can roll insight on that one.
damn, not that great, but a 13.
Yeah, since he's hiding his face, and you can only tell by the southern drawl of his voice, it's kind of hard to see what he has in store. He could be someone with malicious intent, or he could just be a weird stranger sitting alone at a bar asking your name. You really, it's hard to tell.
Okay, I'll play along. Sweetie, yours?
Well, that's a peculiar name. You, you from around here, or what?
Here or there. But I think you should answer my question.
Oh, me. I ain't no one worth knowing.
Well, I'm asking. So that means it has to be worth something.
He takes his hand and he pulls his cloak hood back, and he reveals a humanoid with medium length brown hair and brown eyes. Just about the most average person that you could see.
Fancy seeing your kind around here. Not used to your type of face.
You come in from that ship up at port?
Don't most people?
Ones ain't from around here for sure.
Well, like I said, been from here, been from there.
What sort of business you partake in, sweetie?
Sir, when I say this, I don't want to be rude. But I think it's out of your pay grade to know.
Well, I suppose you don't have much expectation of me, do you?
Well, look at me. You probably don't expect much.
Which is precisely why I'm asking.
Here. Just because I have some trust issues. Let's have you answer this question first, and then I'll follow right after.
I don't understand. I believe I prompted the question first.
Okay. What I was meaning was, I'll tell you my line of work if you tell me yours.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Got it. That shit. That's a 15.
I've been alive for too long to start answering questions like that. If I go around trusting every individual I'd meet, I'd be dead by now. But I figured maybe we could get off on some sort of mutual foot.
No need to start making enemies as soon as you meet them, right? Well,
Precisely.
so my line of work involves well, I don't want to ensue any panic, but let's say there's a shift in nature that you might have heard of. But I'm trying to solve this natural balance by being a drug dealer. Wants the basilisk?
He becomes completely unfazed by your remarks. Just as I suspected. Sweetie, would you roll me a history check, please?
Oh fuck, we know this guy. Oh shit, that's gonna be
He knows 70. I feel like he knows 70.
he 100% knows 70. Like this guy was Oh
or
fuck.
he's one of the dudes that you never paid back.
What was your history check?
21.
You have definitely dealt / bought drugs from this person before. This is not a first occurrence. You remember their face, and as you tell him this, he definitely remembers yours.
Okay.
That
Well-
being said, you do not remember the nature of such a deal, if he paid you,
I don't remember
or
if
if
it
you
went well or
paid
not.
him.
I'm gonna look up something quick.
The other two of you, do you have anything specific you'd like to be doing in this?
Goku's helping pass the warthog around.
You're doing that stuff like that dads do with their like newborns, where they're like taking them in their hands and throwing them up in the air, catching them.
I love you so much. You're so ugly.
Hogar, Mima, and Gronk, if he came, I'm just looking for Lord King Ulysses.
Okay, would you like to go up?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's split the party. Third floor.
Third floor.
Sure, that was.
I can get you a list of the floors in a second. I just had to figure out.
Oh, I love you, Rick.
Why do you love me?
Have I noticed Sweetie's talking to a dude?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Albeit I'm not really looking.
You guys all
Okay.
like are aware of where you literally saw Sweetie just kind of walk off. Not hard to follow. The third floor is a food
All right, good.
food vending floor. Another restaurant area. It's not as packed.
Let's go to the entertainment floor then.
The entertainment floor.
I'm looking for the Lord King.
Level 5. As you come up to the 5th floor, you maybe you do recognize. I don't think you recognize. This floor is a sort of a stage area. You see at the end of the wall an elevated platform with instruments on stage, as well as a piano, which you don't see much of, especially in these times. But you see many stringed instruments on stands and curtains on either side of the stage, hiding the behind the scenes portion from the many chairs that sit out in rows in this audience. But this area is actually being used as sort of as an overflow area, and no particular people are performing tonight. Though, if you would like to scan the area for anybody, you may roll a perception check.
Looking for the Lord King. Oh, it feels good to be good at perception again. Let's see. 18.
Or just 18. You look around, and while there are many orcs in the room, as this is Trust, you can't quite find the Lord King himself.
Well,
I take it you go to another floor?
yeah, floor 6.
Floor 6 is as you raise up to floor 6, the door, you sort of like, and it dings, and all of a sudden, a large group of scantily clad women all turn around at once, and Mima goes, "Oh my!" as there's a bit of like couch areas, and there's these curtains that are very suspiciously drawn in booth-like sections in the back corner of the room.
Is the Lord King on this floor?
No, he's not. And to avoid the awkward conversation with your grandmother, you continue up the floors. Do you go up to the next floor, I assume?
Yeah.
You go up, and as you reach the 7th floor, I would like to go back to Sweetie. Did you find what you were looking for, Sweetie?
Yes. Oh, see, I must have forgotten your name. It's been a while. Were you one of the good ones or the bad ones?
And this, as he is slowly sitting there, staring ahead of him, puffing on this pipe, this is the first one he raises an eyebrow and turns. Meaning?
The deal. Did it go good? Did it go bad?
You mean you don't remember me?
I've had a lot more run-ins recently, and a good chunk of them humans, so it's a lot of them get blurry.
It's just
Ooh, that's very racist.
filthy humans. I'm with you, Abe. Fuck them humans.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Wait, I'm half human. Like, I'm like a quarter
Yeah,
human.
fuck
A
half
third?
of me.
I suggest it's time you take a walk.
You know, that's fair. Ring, modify memory.
Okay, wow.
So I need him to make. I need him to make a wisdom save.
Yes, what is the DC?
The DC is, where's my save? It's going to be 17.
All right. Immediately, you just like put the ring to the side of his head, and all of a sudden, this bright red glow just emanates against the side of his head, and he sits there, and all of a sudden, he sort of sits in that same pose, but his eyes just open wide, and his eyes start glowing red as you hold this to a ring against the side of his head. What would you like to modify his memory as?
Okay. It says can within the last 24 hours and has to be no longer at 10 minutes. So I just want to erase this memory like of us meeting. So like I did not come up and talk to this man, and that's basically all I want to do.
As you hold this ring to the side of his head, a vision that is presumably not visible to anyone else but you, a timeline, frame by frame of his most recent memories from his perspective, something you've seen many times as you've read people's minds, and you scroll back to the first moment that you saw you mere minutes ago, and you just hold your hand over it, peel it back as if you were removing a piece of tape, and just, and as you take it, it dissipates, and the two pieces of memory stitch together, and you pull your hand back, and he puts his hood back up, and you see the smoke billowing out of the hood again.
And then just slowly walk away, and then duck it between someone's legs as I run back over to Roku with the pig.
All right, would you roll me a stealth check just to see how well you can blend in here?
Wait, I have to roll with disadvantage because I have half plate.
Big boy.
So that is, well, I still have +7 in stealth, so that's still an 18.
Too shabby. Yeah,
But
immediately you back away very slowly, and just with the loud crowd and the your size especially, you don't think they have any issue with you'll have any issue hiding from his gaze as the night goes on further. Hogar, you get raised to the 7th floor as you see a very particular sight. There seems to be a sort of checkout desk to the right side of the wall, and to the left it seems to be like sort of a maze of different lengths of hallways, all leading to different rooms. You know from experience that the winner of the Rumpus Ring gets the suite of this floor, so you know where that is located. But there are, of course, other rooms on the floor. But sitting behind the desk is this half-orc female, very slender for what orcs usually are, even women, as she has her tusks sort of not filed down, but definitely doctored in some way to make them look smaller and less masculine, and her hair is up very nicely and elegantly, as opposed to a lot of female orcs you've seen. But leaning on the desk is the back profile of a one Lord King Ulysses Stabathird Venison Bloodclaw the Third.
I believe this is our stop. I get off the elevator, presumably with Mima and Gronk if he came with us.
Gronk is in purgatory at the moment.
Gronk is on the boat.
Yeah.
He's guarding the boat, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. Sure thing to do on the boat and eat cheese. So what is Lord King Ulysses and this lady talking about when we walk up to them?
As you walk up to them. Yeah, that's me. I mean, when you hear Lord King, they're talking about me. And you see that big castle over there? That's mine. I mean, what do you say, me and you get out of here? And oh, Ula, what are you doing here? Hello, you two. Good to see you all again.
Hello.
And you see Mima. She goes, "Oh, hello, Ulysses. It's good to see you again. We have sort of a predicament. Hogar, tell him."
Mima's house is kind of destroyed by a demon.
My goodness, a demon?
I guess it's dead now. Well, it died, exploded, and that's what caused her house to get destroyed.
Well, this is not what we want at all. Are there
No,
more
it's not.
demons about?
I don't think so. I look around.
Good. Because if so, I would have to put a stop to them. This is my domain after all. So what, are you looking for a place to stay?
I look to Mima. I mean, yes.
If it's not any trouble, I know my son is off with you somewhere. Suppose you could meet up with him. You know, let me stay at his place. I let him live in my house for many years. Oh yes, Mima, I remember. Yes, I can certainly take you over to the Ivory Fortress, and we can talk to Thog.
Me just being quiet because like my dad hates me.
Ogar, your father's he's heard the news about your run-in with the old death. I see you're very much
I got
alive.
better.
How's that going for you?
Well, I wasn't dead so much as my soul was trapped in an evil bow. I say while having the evil bow on my back.
Very, very spooky, he says as he looks at Mima. Mima like nods in agreement. Very spooky.
I'm working on getting it fixed so it won't do that again. I looked towards the bow accusingly.
Well, I can tell you what, your father Thog was having a heck of a time dealing with that whole situation. Word of your demise, it spread very quickly.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, if you would trust me and if you would allow me, I shall escort Ula herself to her new temporary residence. How does that sound? And he extends his arm. And she grabs a hold of it and goes, "Oh, I would appreciate that. Thank you very much." Oh,
Be
God.
safe, Mima.
Of course, you're free to come with if you please, but do not, allow me to take you from your friends.
I'll see what they're doing downstairs. I'll go on the elevator with you.
Right. And they stand sort of side by side. As they're going down the elevator, there's sort of like this lull in conversation, just quietness.
You know how people like sometimes raise a foot like to lean back into the elevator?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm doing that with both feet. Like just standing like slightly off the ground
Mhm.
on the wall.
Just kind of stuck. Hogar, your father was working with the consequences of the most recent supernatural sightings, and he's thought about forming a new group, sort of a task force against supernatural anomalies. You wouldn't know anybody who's magically inclined and looking for a job now, would you?
I don't think Oz is looking for Oz. I mean, Oz kind of has a job. Kind of. I don't know. My friend Oz, I don't know. Does
Oh,
Oz have a job?
well, his biggest thing was researching how to get his wife back, and now that he's got that,
I mean, if you want to, I know a couple of magic users who live at the uh, academy.
right? This
So they just got Oz. Yep, the
do
Wizard
you
Oz.
do you trust this individual?
I mean, he's part of the reason I'm here right now, so I'd say he's fairly trustworthy. Sweetie and Roku know more about him, though. So I talked to them about
Oh
it.
yes, those two. I forgot about them. And as he says so, he gets to the bottom floor where he sees Sweetie skulking between Roku's legs, and Roku throwing a dry heaving warthog several feet into the air. Right. So
This,
I best get moving.
I'm,
As he walks past, he's sort of like, you know, despite your attempts to hide, um, you're very easy to draw from a crowd, both of you, especially one who's familiar with you in such a way. Right, good to see you all again. Just a very quick offhanded remark as he walks past and eventually out the doors.
And Hogar was walking with him, right?
Hogar was with him and sort of stopped near you guys. He made it.
Okay.
He distanced himself from both of them.
hello.
Wait, are we spending the night there too?
That's a good. Well, like going to meet my father. You remember him?
So
Right.
let's get comfortable on the boat, right?
Yes. Hates me because I look like my mother. So the whole thing. I mean, apparently he was sad of my death, but he wasn't at the house mourning with Gronk and Mima, so not too sad.
Well, I've only met him once, and I've got the bad vibes from him. So maybe the boat just sounds better. Plus, I think it's time to go. And I'm gonna start ushering Roku. I assume he's holding a pig. I'm gonna like start just patting his calf. Just come on, let's go.
Are we gonna meet Lamach in the morning? Or tonight, whichever one.
Well, he's most likely not awake right now. So I assume we'd go yeah, tomorrow.
Alright.
Tomorrow it is. I'm gonna try and set the pig down and see if it can walk. I'm assuming not.
Yeah, you sort of set it down, and it slides and puddles of its own sick, as well as puddles of various liquids that have been spilled throughout the night. Is it sort of like Scooby Doo trying to run from danger? Like it just kicks this liquid back, and then eventually scurries off running, and the the footsteps of the crowd.
See him later.
You're not taking your pig?
Well, he clearly didn't want to come. He wasn't having
Well,
as
you
much fun as
clearly
I
want him.
was. No, it's fine.
Well,
It's
If
fine.
you love something, let it go.
He was never truly mine. He belonged to the party. And so
Party
you all
pig.
exit, and as you step out, the smell of fresh air and that cold air all hits you at once. Everything doesn't smell like stale alcohol and bodily fluids. As you continue to walk up Northway to the
There was something
Your ship.
interesting that Ulysses mentioned about my father. So he was looking to form some sort of strike team of supernatural hunters, which is kind of what we're doing.
yeah, exactly. And we're here almost all the time. That means we don't have to be here anymore.
So let's just go to the boat then.
With
Okay.
that, you all walk, and you see that 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 little booth where a small black bird-like creature greets you, and as it opens its mouth, you just hear a very monotone "Greetings and good evening, citizens." And it closes its beak once more and looks at you inquisitively as you walk towards your ship.
Good evening.
That guy still gives me the creeps.
It's a Kenku. That's what they do.
Well, I mean, just like the whole opening your mouth and just words, just like how am I supposed to read his lips if he just opens his mouth and projects sound?
I don't know. How am I supposed to read your lips and you're so short?
Oof.
Crouch. I didn't ask to be this height.
You know that one meme of how not to talk to short people? I do that.
You lean down on one knee like you're a soccer coach giving a rousing speech to some kids.
Kind of hunch around following
Like
him.
this.
We're on a dock, I assume. Like we're still on a dock.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push him in the water.
Ha, I can swim, bitch.
And he's
Well,
got
like,
But you're still getting
wings.
wet.
Yeah, roll a athletics check. Acrobatics, Hogar. I'm assuming you want to go acrobatics as opposed to athletics, but I could be wrong.
I mean, yeah. Acrobatics is nice.
Yeah. It's not the greatest. It's a 17.
Ooh, I rolled 17 and I get +9.
Damn. Okay.
Sweetie, you're like,
It was the
yeah! And he steps out of the way, and you're like, go! And you like almost fall into the water, and you
No,
catch
it's like-
yourself, and you're like,
push away. No,
like
I back
a
off and
matador perfectly steps out of your charge.
I just stand parallel to the side of the dock. Just,
He just parallel to the water, just hanging sideways.
Well, you tried.
there was an attempt.
Okay. Let's not do this again. I just like shamefully walk back to the boat.
I like kneel down and pat him on the head.
Grab Roku and just flip him over me.
RKO
just
out
go
of
back to the
nowhere.
To the boat.
In comes the pig with the RKO.
Oh, party pig!
You know how there's water, right, Garrick?
Yeah.
I want to cast net off. I want to cast a web off the side of the boat.
Okay.
Just web and use it to fish.
You just sort of like cast out your hands, and just the sound of like that when you cast out a fishing rod, it's like zzz, that sound sort of shoots out as this spider webs just land in the water beneath you. You don't know the tensile strength of spider webs when they get put into water specifically.
Shit. I'll bring him back inside. For another day. The magic spiderweb disappear and go to sleep in my room. That used to have a cat.
And that presence is definitely felt a little bit as you enter that room.
No cat.
See no cat.
Oh well, now you're an owl or a hawk. Or is one of them weird?
Do the rest of you sleep similarly?
Sleep, 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 sleep.
Well, okay,
Let-
before sleep time. Is Gronk on the boat or is he just gone for the time being?
He's just moving around and looking at stuff.
Trying to fix the boat.
Oh,
Hitting
Gronk.
stuff with a hammer.
Oh, fixed.
Gronk, can you do me a favor?
What?
You know how you can like talk to people like
Right.
at great
yeah.
distances?
Oh, I've been known to.
Can you try and contact it?
Right, so I'm not sure if that's how that works, but all right. Why?
Well, you've been on the ship all day. You know that he's not here. And we don't know where he is. So,
Right, but that little thing's a bit creepy, so I don't know why you want it. Plus, didn't Vecna give that to you, and aren't we done with Vecna?
well, yeah, but he's also purged from Vecna.
And put from smartness.
Are you sure about that?
Well, just also think about it. If we find it, we could probably also find. What was its name?
Nightshade?
Okay,
Told it was
I
a
was
girl.
thinking. I was like, is it Nightshade? No, that's a creature from Monster Hunter World that I'm playing. No, and we might be able to find Nightshade there too.
Right, so
And my adamantine.
And his adamantine.
right
There's
now
so
you're
many
making
materials.
a convincing argument there. All right, I'll try my best.
Just try and find out where he is.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Is this what he did when he normally tried
What?
to do sending?
Yeah.
Is this how he acted when he normally did?
Yeah, he always like, well,
Yeah, okay, yeah. Say what you will about my
Honestly,
accent,
like-
but that was spot on. He always went.
Okay. Okay.
It is.
Okay, yeah.
It is telepathic, so like he doesn't like speak out loud usually. That's just
how Gronk does it,
what we do.
how Oz did it. Hello? Phone?
Yeah, the phone.
That's how he sees this really is. He holds like a phone.
Well,
No book.
if we want those back, we'll have to go back to the waterfront.
But we can.
I
I can try and
died
teleport
there.
us using the adamantine armor that you're wearing back to the
I
block.
died there. That was not a fun time.
Right.
mean-
I wonder if
Enigma's
he's
there,
really there now.
and she hates us. And why would we want to find
yeah.
those animals? They're very scary and they bite. And 3, Hogarth
Pull out a piece of
died
paper.
there.
I did.
Come to the waterfront. We need to talk. Signed, Enigma.
That could be a good
Show them
thing,
the
but
Enigma
bad
note.
thing.
Right. You guys read the note, and
What's else in the waterfront?
you guys read the note, and you see
Does it
that
look
is
threatening?
no, but that was a very, very paraphrased example of what that
Yeah, no,
exactly
it-
said.
I
It
don't
was,
remember
it was
exactly
more
what
of
it said,
a cordial sort of, let's remain friends sort of a note.
From Enigma, being the adult after we got her nose cut off.
Yes.
And hand. Fingers.
And
Well,
I think she's gonna try
Give
and
her-
kill us.
we could,
We could
go
put
back.
the eye of Vecna in her nose, and then we could give her the hand of Vecna, and she'll be okay.
It's a good
What?
idea.
You're done with it, right, Roku?
Just,
What?
yeah,
No.
I'm fine. Is it 1 day or 2 days left?
Should I
for the
shoot her?
2. Yeah.
What? No, we're not shooting her.
Okay. What else is in the waterfront? Are they children with demons in their heads?
We did say we were going to burn it to the ground.
Now, we shouldn't just burn a town to the ground just because someone bad was there. We didn't burn, well, we didn't burn the...
It was kind of our doing, though, and I'm very happy they did it.
Yeah, no, we should totally check them out and see how they're doing.
We should, but not now.
So Tua, yeah, I had it the whole time because I without saying so Tua because I forgot what it was called.
So, we're going to talk to this old guy in the morning. And then,
There's a dragon somewhere too.
are we going to go for that dragon?
No, not
We
that
can
dragon.
get a bunch of money from it.
Not that dragon. Other dragon thing that I saw.
Dragon and Juicy.
Oh, it was on our way to the waterfront again.
Yeah, from Trust
Roku,
the Waterfront, I
know,
believe,
I'm asking
right?
character. You didn't see it. You were asleep.
Garrick, it was
I was
from
thinking that.
Trust to the Waterfront, right?
Yep.
I saw it on some piece of land between Trusk and the waterfront. It was big, and I couldn't see it very well because it was dark. And I mean, I can see it in the dark, but you know what I mean.
But we should kill it.
Maybe research it. If it's a good dragon, we can leave it be. If it's a bad dragon, we can kill it dead. But first, sleep, the mock, and then we can worry about other stuff.
We still have my brother that we got to deal with at some point.
Okay,
Do
okay.
you have a map?
Well,
I do
know.
have
Well,
that.
he was. Well, if you're saying it was by the waterfront, then the dragon and his brother would be around the same area.
Did I ever look at the map?
No.
I don't think I
No.
ever looked at the map. Can we look at the map now?
Let's look at the map.
You pop the lid off the scroll casing and you unfurl the note, and you see that familiar sort of layout of Convy. You know that shape. You got Brighton over here. You got Trusk up here, which is where you were at. You got Tua here. You got the waterfront here. You got Sarask here. That's the name of it.
Have you ever been to Sarask?
You have not. But you know, sort of that shapes the coastline. So Trusk is here, and you guys see about southeast, you'd say about a day or two travels northeast of Skotua is the destination marked on the map. And it sort of takes you and sails you all the way there. But you do see this line sort of dotted that goes straight from point A to point B. And this goes through the continent itself, through the land, and it curves towards your destination. And you see that Lamach has written a tiny sort of subscript there that says quote, Kuatoan tunnels.
Isn't that the name of the fish people who worship you,
Journey
Sweetie?
through the center of the earth.
Sweetie.
Yeah, those people. Yeah, those people are right over there. They could probably help us.
So this thing is on the other side of the continent. Roku's
But
brother.
first, if we go back to them, we have to go kill that dragon that's terrorizing the boats in Brighton first.
Why?
Because I promised I'd kill it for him.
I thought you said you'd get them a pearl.
Yeah, and we'd kill that thing to get the pearl. We already have the pearl.
Didn't you make the pearl?
We do?
Yeah, Gronk has it.
Girl,
Why are
who
we
you have?
killing the dragon?
Why do you kill the dragon for the pearl if we have the pearl?
Because then we get a dragon soul. Jingle-ling-a-ling, my soul cages. And we can bring it back to
makes
Savory Avery.
Precisely the sound of jingle-ling-a-ling as you pull out somebody's soul in a container.
No, those two are empty. I have two empty ones.
All right, of
Actually,
course.
I think three.
3,
Well,
because we got the
when-
Hogar one.
we don't need to kill the dragon first if we just bring them the thing.
Then we also need to find Avery and bring him
Also-
the dragon, and then we get money.
Yes, but so this X is on the other side of the continent, right?
It depends on what the other side of the continent means.
From
By Skotua. It's about a day and a half from Skotua.
It's northeast of Skotua.
and I don't know my map from this.
It's in the group chat. I've sent it probably.
Deep
Oh,
in my camera roll.
yeah, I've sent it probably 6
Wait, what?
times total.
Are you talking about the
sent
map?
it
Because I
to-
went through the group chat and I didn't find it.
I have
have
You
it.
send it
sent
to-
it many times. It is not on my new phone. So,
From
have it.
saved images, it's basically all are like out of context.
never mind, I do have it on
D&D.
my new phone, so I'm
Explain-
gonna send it.
Yeah, because I want to put it up on stream because I have several viewers.
You
Whole
do?
several.
A whole
whole
several.
several
There you go.
people watch you.
So yeah, it looks to be below the waterfront, northeast of Skotua. But
Oh, okay. So it's
the-
is it in
the-
between those two?
the tunnels go from about the tippity top of Sarask, like where that is north, and it cuts through the land, and it is a dotted line, and it sort of like curves at the bottom and it takes you directly to the point without having to sail around the continent, which is labeled the Kuatoan tunnels.
So I mean, we could take the tunnels, but we kind of planning to go to the waterfront, maybe.
Could stop on the way.
So tunnels or long way around.
Tunnels are new. We could see what that's about.
Yes, but we need someone to watch our boat while we go through the tunnels. So
Do
when
we really need someone to watch our boat?
I look
Is
at
it
the boat.
really worth saving?
I mean, if it gets stolen, you have to seal a whole new boat.
Well, considering it's not your boat,
That's why I said
considering
steal.
this is the second time you've stolen it, I mean,
My point exactly.
I mean, how do you guys get off the waterfront anyways? Where's that boat?
We kind of left it at Mima's when I snapped
Yeah,
us
it
to.
should be at Mima's house.
But it wasn't. It wasn't there, was it?
No, it was at Mima's house. But then we were snapped over to.
Weren't we
Um,
sailing it when we snapped over?
Oh shit.
We were teleported to our old boat at one point because somehow the Raven Queen stole it back from Enigma.
Yeah, I think we were sailing the other boat when we teleported.
We were.
no,
So
you
that's in the
you had
ocean.
actually you were close. You had sailed it from Mima's place back to the mainland of Trusk, where you had crashed it as you tried to park it on shore and broke the hull. So you decided to snap back to Roku's room and the Stormcrawler.
So
Okay. Yep.
going
That's
through
right,
Kuatoan tunnels and ditching this piece of junk.
I guess.
All right, I'm gonna do some remodeling. I think I'd like pick up my hand axe, and I go below, all the tables and chairs, and so I can turn them into arrows.
You walk down to that dining room table with the long benches
Oh.
on either side of it.
I'll leave
Poor
the dining
table.
room table. It can stay.
Okay,
It survived all this.
it
no
did,
bedroom
which is
is safe.
surprising.
No
Survived the
bedroom is
nuclear
safe
holocaust.
from being cut down.
Every bedroom has a bed with 4 legs, a vanity a little bit with a couple dresser drawers, and Hogarth just
Another
walks
bed with no
like an
legs.
80s movie slasher villain and holds his hand axe to the side. Would you roll me a survival check, please, over the next course of a couple hours as you use some of this long rest to get to chopping?
Mm. Oh, I still get a long rest though.
Yeah.
All right.
So
You
I gotta
can-
listen to him chop on stuff. I'm trying to
Yeah,
rest.
you can use some of your long rest to do some light activity, and it's not light activity cutting things into pieces, but hey, you know what?
24. I'm Hogarth. I'm like Bear Grylls.
Oh yeah, immediately you just walk in and with one foul swoop, you poof, and the bed just poof, drops down. You start cutting legs off. You take dressers, bookshelves. No bookshelf is safe. And at the end of your couple-hour tirade, you've gathered a lot of spare wood that you've gathered up into a pile, which is presumably a fire hazard. But hey,
And then I go to sleep.
and then you cut the last table leg, throw it
But
onto the
this time,
pile.
I do not sleep with my bow because this bow is evil.
Toss your
my
bow
sword.
to the side and fall asleep on a bed that is on the floor due to the cutting of the legs. And with that, you all wake up to a beautiful Truscan morning. The salt water spraying very nicely. It's rather windy and rather cold, so you better pack your coats. But as you all wake up, you
I have a cloak.
Yep.
That's good enough. So let's go meet this Lamok scrap. Should we go? Meanwhile, kind of wanted to meet him too. Should we pick up her?
I mean, we might as well.
I believe she was at the. Ulysses said she was going to be at the Ivory Fortress. So
South.
This time, the salve floats outwards. This pale ointment, sort of. It's this sort of has this thickness as it flies through the air, and it slaps onto your face and onto your arm, and it leaves almost like you have sunscreen residue left over, like you didn't rub in sunscreen enough, as there's just a stripe of white sort of ointment material coated on your eye as well as your hand, and it forms it almost like a layer of dead skin. It just has this
Nice little
white
film.
around it. But then you look at the healing salve container, and there's just about this much left in the bottom.
Constant headaches are gone.
All right, and the rest of you, what are we doing this morning?
I'm carving some wood, carving some wood, carving some wood to make some arrows.
I
what?
assume.
Okay.
Oh,
Never mind, go ahead.
I assume I take my place in the captain's quarters because that was my room beforehand,
The one untouched room
basically.
for now.
I'm gonna stare at the red dress, think about it, because it didn't. Well, because it used the red dress as like a blanket or pillow, right? Or like, did it wear it?
I will note that as you walk into the captain quarters, you as well see a crate that has been filled, not filled, it's about halfway full with water that is stagnant and gray because of the bacteria within it. And you wonder why there is a crate of water in the middle of the captain's quarters.
Oh, that's my barrel of waters. Okay, I was like, what the fuck? Who left a bottle of? Nope, that's mine. I'm gonna try and drag it out of the room so I can dump it over the ship because that's cancer, sweetie, and we don't need more cancer, sweetie.
As you drag it out, the water starts to shift back and forth, and it smells like how after you do the dishes and all the food is in that little compartment down in the bottom of the little sink drain, and it smells like that. Anyways, you take it over and you splash it on over the side, and it's gross.
What a relatable smell.
What a relatable smell.
Jared, I hate you.
You know
so
what's
much.
up. You know what's up, Jared. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, I need to disable stream elements. It's okay. Sorry, continue. It's deleting people's chats because it's dumb.
Disgusting. All right, so what is the plan for this morning?
I still want to do something.
Yeah, what's up?
Roku's got some scrap metal still around, and he's missing a horn because I snapped it off for a bone arrow.
Yeah.
So I'd like to replace it with metal. I don't know how hard that would be, but
You fire up your little forge you have. It's a kit, you know. It's not too hard to start the forge up. I need you to make a crafting check. Hogar, you can as well use your woodcutter's tools to try to craft some arrows right now if you would wish.
well, I rolled a 15.
I got 16.
All right. First of all, Roku, you managed to just almost like a filling or a cap for like a tooth. You just managed to make this perfect little sort of metallic colored horn that is you know, just perfect to place onto your tiny little horn stub.
And gonna like fuse it together with the hot poker.
You just take
I'm
a
assuming
little,
I still can't feel them because it's no.
take a little a bit of a soldering technique as you put this horn on this metallic horn substance onto your straight bone horns. No, doesn't feel anything, which is good because presumably it would not feel pleasant for you to meld this to your body. Hogar, with all of this wood about, you are able to make several quivers full of your average arrows. In fact, precisely 4 quivers full, with a total of 80 arrows, at the expense of every single piece of scrap wood on the ship.
Every leg.
Every leg, every drawer, everything. Not an innocent man goes by.
All right. If anyone asks, we found the ship like this.
What do you mean? We've always had the ship like this.
Exactly.
There was always this hole covered in by a tarp. Do we ever fix that?
No, it's just covered by a tarp.
There was a giant hole in the ship at one point where we just put a tarp over it and called it good.
We attempted to fix it with doors, I believe.
It is remotely fixed.
Hey, Gronk, I don't need 4 quivers full at once. You want to hold a quiver full for me? Thanks, bud.
So hold the
all
sword,
right.
and I give him the lifesteal sword.
All right. Are you even sure you have this? Because I don't think you do.
Who, me?
Yeah.
It was in the middle of the ship, so I just kind of.
But was it though?
Unless someone else picked it up. The lifesteal sword?
Yes.
What did Enigma take it?
One
when
life
she
stealer
came
sword
through?
was left on the ship, and it was not here when you came back.
Okay, then I don't hand the lifestealer sword.
Clearly, no one tried to take it last week.
All right. Now that you've
Who
gotten
has the
your
Rod of Resurrection?
Gronk,
Sweetie.
Gronk has it?
Sweetie gave it to Gronk last session.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, all right then.
All right. What is the plans for today?
Going to stop by, pick up Lima, visit Lamont.
Sounds good.
All right.
Heading to the Ivory Fortress.
All of you hop off the ship to see the nice bright sunshine, despite it being a very frigid cold outside. And as you walk down, you see the remnants of the night before at the Crimson Clover. You can practically smell the shame of the intoxication that happened there last night. You walk deeper into the city and you see all the regular sights, your forge, of course, the Academy of Magical Sciences, the wonderful offerings that Trusk has. And as you make it to the outskirts of town, you see a large ivory fortress, a building of the same title. Yeah, in it, presumably is where Mima is residing. Would you like to enter?
Yes.
All right. Do all of you?
I want
or
to stay
just-
outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to intrude. Yeah, Hogar can. Yeah, he got it.
So you're leaving the socially awkward person to do a solo adventure?
I
In
don't
a
mind
social
intruding.
setting.
I'm going.
Thank you, Roku.
Sweetie, you sort of
Well,
stand
I'm stuck out
outside.
here alone, so.
Sweetie, I'm gonna stay back. Everyone goes in. Screw this, I'm not staying alone.
You all
Well,
enter.
okay.
And as soon as you do, the nice, lavish red carpets of the Capitol building of Trusk come to greet you. A large chandelier in the main entrance, large mahogany pillars hold up the remnants of the ivory around you. It's a very elegant place that you've been in once before. And you get to that old familiar guard station where a large, bald, tattooed Goliath man with a particularly floofy brown mustache looks at you through his glasses. Oh, hi there. How can I help you?
We're here to see Mima. Ula Heel Hands.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not familiar with any of with that
Greg
particular.
Hardhead.
Oh, right. Well, usually it's just folks have appointments for these type of things. I don't mean to be rude, but
No, I'm gonna be rude, but he's my father.
I suppose I'll
sir,
check with the boss if you need me to.
That's fine.
Sir, she came in last night, so
Oh, hello, little one.
There
I
wasn't
didn't
really-
even see you past the desk. He sort of scoots up. What's your name? Are you here on a field trip, or are these your
He
dads?
has a
or,
beard.
I want to like pick Sweetie up so you can be face to face with him.
Doesn't Sweetie have a beard?
no beard.
Sweetie,
Some
No,
sort of
he's-
scruff?
he doesn't have. Well, he doesn't have facial hair. He is for sure an overweight old man, very Danny DeVito esque.
You think you a
sir.
child?
I'm gonna grab my armor. Yeah, the field trip was really exciting. Now, if you would let me go see these people, because I don't know if you've realized, but my life is a little bit more important than a desk job. So you should ring us up, like now.
Oh, you're one of those, eh?
He is.
All right, I was calling up my boss anyways. No need to be so rude about it. Hey, Ulysses,
Well,
we
he
got a
called me short.
couple of guys over here, a couple of troublemakers.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes, his eye and hand do look rather weird. All right. I'll send him right up. If you could turn in all your weapons here, please, that would be very splendid.
Do you want the arrows too?
Yes. Yes.
He has a bow. He's a short sword. He's a scimitar. He's a hand axe. He's a boot knife. Arrows.
That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. We'll keep him here, safe, no doubt. And thank you very much. Have a good day at the Ivory Fortress, and I hope everything goes your way.
I'm gonna look at my hands. I'm gonna start unwrapping because I got brass knuckles under my hands. So I just start unwrapping these. Put down brass knuckles. My floating rapier, I'll put down on the desk, and I think I'm still carrying it just as a weapon. Or actually, I think let's just say it's on the ship, the quarterstaff with the skull on it. I don't think I have anything else on me. I might have like.
He looks at you, Roku, and goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I remember you from last time. You don't have to remove your appendages, sir, this time. But I have to ask, are the horns, biological?
You want me to take my horns off?
It's just a question, sir.
You want to rip them off my head?
I'm afraid I can't answer that, sir.
All right, cool. And I'm gonna give him my axe and sword.
All right, perfect. Have a good day. The elevator is up to the right. You can take it on up to Ulysses' office.
Luigi and Roku. Here, have 2 weapons. Hogar drops an armory. Well,
I'm keeping my jewelry on because
Is
I'm
how
doing
it's
jewelry.
my
gonna
other
slow
boot
mo.
knife on.
I still got my hidden blade if things go awry. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yeah.
As we start walking away, I do want to start whistling. Just like that. I don't know if I even went through, but I forget what tune that is. But do like just like a nice little like jig, and I want my sword just to like kind of kick up and just like start like flying around the guy as he's like carrying the box of weapons.
He has these clear bins he puts these weapons into behind his desk. And as soon as you whistle, you hear the clatter of different metals hitting together. Oh dear! Oh no! This is a oh geez! And it flies up above his head. Oh shucks! Oh gosh darn! And he goes to like grab it and goes, oh, this is
And
not.
as soon as I get in the elevator, and like I just keep whistling until we get in the elevator, and when the doors close, I just want it to drop on the ground right.
The
on the desk
doors
in front of him.
close, and as soon as it breaks that range where your whistle, he's sort of sitting there like, and it just clatters on the ground. Oh
Thank
my!
you.
With that, it's this much better than the Crimson Clover. This nice mahogany oaken, just nice wooded elevator with these nice lavish designs that elegantly rises you up, as opposed to the Crimson Clover's very quick and efficient design, but not comfortable. And the elevator ride takes a little bit. Is there anything you'd like to do on the way up, or just wait it out?
You know,
So,
last time we were here, we got kicked out for talking too much. So
don't
maybe let's
talk.
not
Got it. That's my specialty.
let's not give up some information this time. 'Cause,
Not
last
talking
time
is my
Wasn't that your fault?
specialty. I'm pretty
You
sure
know?
it was his fault.
Hey.
Make sure you take your own advice.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't my fault.
I remember
I
it being
think it was
your
like
fault.
that Nikolai
Everything's
guy.
your fault.
I'm pretty sure it was like that Nikolai. It might have been Gronk.
It wasn't wrong. It was you.
It's always you.
Eh,
You wasn't.
Are you sure it wasn't Wesley?
Wesley wasn't with us at that point.
Jared, I was Wesley. I was Wesley for a great chunk of time.
That's all let's go to.
No, I used him as a disguise past that.
Wasn't that in the waterfront though? That you were Wesley?
But
Uh-huh.
that was also we had to
Ah,
come
who
back to
cares?
Trusk and Waterfront a few times.
We're in the elevator waiting to
Doesn't
get
matter.
to the floor. I'm doing the same I did in the other elevator, just standing on the wall.
Ding. The doors very slowly open, and you see a
Walk
long
out.
red carpet draped out to a large wood desk of the O2 familiar Lord King. As he sort of has his head down, he clutches his head in his hands, leaning a bit, unable to tell if he's conscious or not at the moment.
Is everything okay in here?
It's all right here. Going. Oh, hello, you guys. What do you need?
We were going to see Meemaw.
Right, yes, I got her a nice bed made in the presidential suite. I'm sure she's up, and he sort of stands up and he
This doesn't seem healthy.
And he sort of like walks over and oh, you know what usually helps a rough hangover in the morning? Some nice
Water.
ale. Really takes the edge off. And as he goes to open the door, he goes, "Oh, ooh la!" And you see the door sort of swings open as the old, wrinkly, green, matronly figure goes,
Yes, yes, I've been up for hours. Are we going to see Lamarck today?
Yes.
Good, good. Oh, I'm so nervous. I haven't seen him in so long. He's the one that talked to us about Celestian, you know. And you know how I feel about him, right, Ogar?
Yes. What? Wait. You said you last saw him 30 years ago, but I'm 23.
Yes?
Oh. Yeah, let's go see him.
she hovels into the elevator and goes,
Well, it was a lovely time, Ulysses, and I appreciate every second of time you've given me. I hope I can pay you back someday.
"Oh, ooh la, that is not necessary. Thank you so much for your service. And, well, these boys you've raised are, very, very helpful to our society today, so I must be thanking you."
Always a gentleman, that one. Let's get going. I don't want to be late.
I look at him in the eyes. As the elevator descends.
You guys have an awkward stare down as the door shut. And the elevator starts to lower.
What was that about?
I don't know. I'm odd in social situations.
I swear, if you didn't have your ears, I wouldn't even know you're not an orc. You're just as standoffish as the rest of them.
And she
I'm not
looks
that
over to
green.
her right, over to Roku, and goes,
You know what I'm talking about.
Roku's like taking his blade and like carving his initials into the side of the elevator.
I'm pretty sure Sweetie is greener than I am.
I'm not gray. I'm like puke.
Yeah, I said I'm pretty sure Sweetie's
Like-
greener than I am.
Not like green puke, like grayish peach with a little bit of green. I'll give you that.
You
But
have
it's just, like, a
you have
really
the
ugly color.
facial features of a goblin, but with the skin complexion of a halfling. So you kind of just look like a ball sack.
Well, Homer just kind of looks like an elf, except he has two very small tusks.
Presumably not like a ball sack.
I was gonna say puke is always green, and I realized I'm colorblind, so I should
What
talk.
are you talking about? Puke is orange, Tom.
Yeah, puke
you're
is like
right.
an orange, just like
Tom,
Yeah, like a blue even, maybe. I don't know.
Tom, we have the sensory deprivation bros. We stick together.
That's
Puke is
right.
green. Sometimes
well, hey,
brown.
technically, you guys like I like color, scent. Me and Rick like can't hear shit, so
And I can't see, like, without glasses, obviously. I can't see or hear shit, so.
yeah.
Because together,
I
we
can't
got
see without my glasses.
idiots.
Now we gotta find boys without the sensation of touch, and we can complete our holy trifecta.
Wait,
third degree
someone
burn
who's mute.
victims.
what? We need to. All right, listen to me here.
You think we could get
We
Gerald
need
to
to
comply?
burn Jacob's hands.
What?
We'll get Gerald. We'll make him comply to some third-degree burns. You know, nothing bad.
Let's go shop for some more D&D
What?
of the burn.
No, I know. We'll give him a lot of spicy food, so he loses all his taste buds.
There you go.
Is Gabby okay with us just like stove Gabby? Just then she can be
No,
the
not-
next.
Not
I've done worse.
Okay. D&D.
D&D.
Let's go D&D.
Ding! The doors slowly open to the chandeliered interior once more.
Oh, that was quick. Here, I have all your. I'll get all your weapons out in lickety split in no time.
I'm shoving my blade back into my wrist.
And with that, he puts all of Hogar's weapons out first, and
Knife, short sword, scimitar, hand axe, bow, arrow.
I had a little bit of trouble with this particular instrument of combat here earlier, so be careful about that one.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
I can't hear him. I can usually hear him. But
You can't. Oh, damn,
no,
I was listening to Kill Bill.
usually your whistles go through, but well, that's
yeah, no.
that's a nice and handy trick there. I'm sure. Sure, your parents must be proud, eh?
Alright.
So proud, sir. My dad's dead. My mom's a bitch, who I don't really know.
Sweetie.
Is your mother proud of you,
my
desk
mom's
jockey?
dead. My dad's a bitch.
Yeah, I got a 6-figure government job, so I wouldn't say it's too bad now, is it?
I
Put your great axe and great sword down. Why don't you folks have a nice day?
you too.
What does 6-figure mean?
Lots of money.
I think it means that he can give us some money. And I look down at my red ring.
I push Sweetie's hand away from the ring. No.
Me.
Bad
Hand-
Sweetie.
It's on my
Put his
hand. What do you
hand
push my
away
hand
from the
away
I
from?
Bad Sweetie.
That sound was atrocious.
I could just use mass suggestion and then just suggest him to, guys, we could be rich.
We could do that to the idiot upstairs. Why didn't we think about that? Dude's got the wisdom of 2.
That is
Oh, fuck, we have Mimon with us. Never mind,
fair
I can't.
assumption.
Can't do bad with Meemaw.
You would face a
Without
ground.
Meemaw, Ho would be much more indifferent, but with Meemaw, Ho is much more no.
That's all right. She's already shameful of me for having dead god hands and eyes.
All right, now where
multiple.
is Lamarck's old place? I don't remember.
You see that hill? Way over there behind those trees? Yeah, that one.
There's a lot of hills. Could you all lead the way?
Sweetie, lead.
I just start taking off. I forget where it is, but I think it was around the palace, right?
Yeah,
You,
it was past it.
Yeah, like
if you were in the world, standing at the palace and going, that hill over there was a very accurate description of where it's located. As you really just have to trounce over a couple of hills and valleys, and you see a very peculiar and specific door sort of stuck into the hillside, almost like a hobbit residence.
It's his party crib. I'm gonna go up to it and knock 3 times.
You see the bent over and wrinkled old man, green in his own right, but vastly different from your Meemaw here. Although they seem to be two sides of the same coin, very similarly old and green, but with more yellow splotches on Lamarck's face and strange hands with only 3 fingers, and he looks very alien, while Meemaw at least looks of this plane. Never mind, I don't have to sneeze.
Let's anyway.
I thought you were like yelling at Gabby or something like that.
I am Hogar.
It's alive.
Hogar, you live. So good to see
you.
Roku's gonna go take a leak.
It's good to see you too.
Ula, it's been too long. I'm sure you've preached the word in your day, haven't you?
Oh, yes, that's something I've taught my boys from such a young age.
Oh, yes, I know. I know. Hugar, you may not be a cleric such as your brother, but I'm certain you've kept the spirit and ideals of the Celestian alive and well.
I guess I do. I
Adventure,
make stuff.
companionship,
Yes.
good-heartedness, and crafting. I can't see another individual that fits it so well.
Me looking at my 80 arrows? I guess so.
I would like you to follow me, if that is not a problem.
Okay.
And he turns around and starts sort of hunching and moving deeper into his household.
Alright. Following. Do.
My connection with the Celestian has been weaker than I would have hoped for a long, long time. That is until you and your brother came around. How many unholy creations have you slayed, dear boy?
A lot. Let's just say a lot for now. I can get you a count later.
And that resonates well with the Celestian. All I heard from him was silence for so long. My altar to him ran dry. The people of Trusk, they moved on to Cord. And, well, I don't have any problems with such a man. It hurt my heart a little bit to see him all move on from my teachings. That was until recently. Your demise, it hurt the Celestian so. Used all of his power to relay a message of which contents I am not even aware. But he calls your name day and night.
Into which he opens the door. And as it creaks open, you see a very, very dark room with a sort of stone, almost pyramid rising up about 5-6 feet in the air. And floating a bit above this sort of offering altar is a small glowing orb in the shape of a star. It slowly spins and has this plasma fueled aura to it.
That is the Celestian's connection to our plane. And it calls to you.
What do I do then? Do I go and touch it?
It depends if you want anything to do with it. I was in your position long, long ago. I was chosen by the Celestian as a young boy, and my choices were to let the Celestian's ideals die out with the past generation, or take up hold the responsibility to spread the word. Now, if you don't want to hold such a responsibility, I would not blame you. But with you and your brother, I know it could be in no better hands.
I'll take it and share it with my brother.
Go. Approach the altar. I believe he has a message for you.
I start walking towards the altar.
Right. The rest of you watch as Hogar moves up to this stone altar. Pitch blackness in the room besides this glowing orb above it, and as he takes a step upwards and goes to grab it, his eyes begin to emanate that same pale yellow glow that the star-like energy before him emanates as well. Hogar, you see black and blue colors swirling around in your vision. It's almost as if you are transported to some sort of plane, like you just rubbed your eyes for too long and the colors start to explode and swirl all around you, and you see nothing but flashes of colors and what looks to be the abyss of space. But above all, you hear a voice. This is no place like any I've seen before. I'm suspended here, time moving in all directions, every moment an era, every era stardust. I'm everywhere and yet nowhere at all, formless, fearful. I've traveled through infinite doorways composed of shafts of bending light, born to encounter metallic tapestries forged by the hand of alchemist gods. I've seen lands forged by fire, torn by tyranny, wrapped with wire. I've seen lands of infinite wonder, baptized by spells of magical rain, radiant civilizations embracing the intelligence of love. This is my long journey home. I have seen worlds of creation before I return back to nothingness, and this very moment more distinct than the faint and distant echoes, voices heightened in song by horns of war sounding in the wind. You can save them. You will save them. I intend to return to my home, calm the horrors beyond the plain. But in order to leave, you must relieve me of my pain, tyranny, kings, tyrant kings. And with that, your vision begins to swirl again, but in reverse as the colors seem to fade farther and farther out of your grasp as you begin to fall. And suddenly you snap back into reality, clutching the orb-like star within your hands, feeling its power before you. And in your mind, you see a picture. Where is such picture? I do not know.
You're asking me?
No, sorry, I was looking through my, there it is. Okay, it's not allowing me to send it through anything, but you see a figure coated in black stone armor, and the horrifying visage of horns and spikes adorn him as he sits on a black onyx throne carrying a great sword. with two red glowing eyes staring deeply at you. But as you're left with this vision, you are now back in reality, seemingly feeling the full weight of whatever this object is in your hands. The rest of you all saw Hogar reach out and grab this orb, and his eyes turned white for a moment, but a couple seconds, and he snapped back into reality.
Is the orb still glowing?
It is, and as you hold it, it floats within your grasp, slightly up and down.
I put it back on the altar.
You go, and it begins to float in its former place.
And then I walk back down to meet everyone else. That was an experience.
So,
Did he speak to you?
Roku,
what's Celestian say?
what did you say the name of your brother was? Like the title or whatever?
Something the Tyrant King.
That. Celestian wants me to kill that. Or something like that. So we
Did,
can return home or something?
well, that doesn't sound good.
Sounds better than some of the other options we have.
Return home as in here home?
I think he means return home as in space home. I don't think he's from here.
I mean, if he wants tyrants, like Tyrant King gone, I mean, yeah, what's wrong with that? We're already gonna go get him anyway.
Lamont, do you know how I might be able to cleanse this bow of dark energy and such?
I do not. It is not my area of expertise. I was never much of a weapons man myself.
Well, the closest thing I got is throw it into the fire which it was created from.
Magma of the abyss?
Yeah. Well,
Or we could go talk to Mr. I can't really recall his name at the moment. But the beholder we met, he helped cure Roku, or it currently is curing Roku of his cursed ailments. I bet he could probably fix your bow.
I mean, the
Also,
bow.
not supposed to reveal where he's at ever to anyone. He did say that.
Well, I'm not telling you where he is. I'm just saying we can go meet him.
Well, let's worry about one thing at a time, I guess. Let's guys have some way to teleport to the abyss.
We do. We most certainly do.
Chink blink.
Out of character, what we could totally do is just go to the abyss after we kill the Tyrant King and then just teleport to Lamoc's watch.
Definitely good.
Definitely could.
Definitely could, because however reads Elvish, because he's elf. Half elf. Well,
Wait, you have the one that
Rogue has the Elvish one.
Rogue
No.
has the Elvish one?
Sweetie has it because he can read it. I can't.
Well, I can read it if I
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah,
But-
but I can't read it,
Just
period.
period.
And it was Elvish, right? Because we gave him back the Gith one.
Yeah.
And Hogar, you can read Elvish, like, just all the time, right?
Yeah.
Then fucking you take it.
I have magic watch
King-
now.
The Ben 10 bracelet.
Neat. It's like right here, so it's not on the gauntlet of ogre power. Or does he just go over the gauntlet of ogre power?
No,
Or-
it definitely would
together and make
continue
one
up
giant-
your arm. Yeah. Boy, I must ask, did you speak with him at all? Did he
I think-
speak to you?
He mostly spoke to me. A bunch of very interesting text, and then he just told me that to free him, I need to end the Tyrant King, which is something we are already gonna do. So I think he's talking about the Tyrant King that was Cord's son, maybe.
Well, actually, didn't Roku say you were the one that told him about it? The Terran King that's in the Illithid realm.
Unfortunately, the Illithids dwell in the realm of our own. Yes, the Tyrant King Krevaku.
Krevaku, I guess. Well, I saw him too.
So we go to the bottom of the ocean.
We take those Kuatoa tunnels.
Maybe have some Squirtoan help.
Maybe. The Fire Guard kind of liked us when we left. I don't
Wait,
think
is
they
that the
liked me.
people you're the god of, or
Yes.
so? Yeah, they probably should like you.
And we have the golden orb that Gronk has. So they'll like me even more when I fulfill my promise to them.
Fulfill.
Fulfill.
Maybe killed the dragon thing outside of Trusk on the way there.
If we spot it, we're gonna fucking take it down. Give it the
All right.
We can take it
As
out.
the
Then we can
pilot,
bring its
I'm totally
body.
gonna steer us that way.
We're going to Brighton, right? Go straight to the dragon T-Rex
I'm not
thing.
going to Brighton. The things,
on
Well,
coast,
the
going
real
away.
the real dragon is in Brighton.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, we got a plan. Let's get
Yes,
to her.
plan. All right.
So
Well, thank you, Lamont, for showing me this.
The way.
I hope
Um,
I don't let you down.
one more question, Mr. Locke. The Rat King and you had these bracelets. Are those the only two that exist?
Of which I am aware. My brothers,
Oh.
the Seekers, had them. I do not know where they reside now.
So there could be another 5 that exist. There could be.
3 others, not including our 2.
All right.
Well, if you'll so kindly let us keep this one for our adventures, if we find others, we'll return them to you.
Yes, that was our prior deal.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
so Kravaku,
Kravaku.
Kravaku.
well, I guess we should go to ship and get ready.
Mm-hmm. I have lots of arrows.
Let's go to ship and get ready.
give Mima one last hug goodbye. If she's gonna stay here and talk to the mock scrap for a while.
Frankly, I would like to go talk to that orb. Have the chance to discuss some things like you two did.
Alright. Well, I mostly just listened. I didn't do much talking. Well, that's kind
Well,
of
I'm
just me.
sure he can listen to me for a little while then.
Tell him I said hi and I'm going to do the thing he asked me to.
All right. Don't do anything unsavory.
I don't plan on it.
All right. Good luck. Mwah. And she kisses your forehead as she like pulls you down.
I bend down for her to kiss my forehead. All right, friends, let's head out the port.
Let's go. And I go outside. Start walking over to the
Walking
dock.
outside, walking
Or
to
the
dock.
port, sorry.
The port, the dock on the port, the port on the port on the dock, port, dock, port, boat.
Precisely.
As you walk back to your ship, you get back up, and at this time of the morning, Port Greenglow is very, very busy. And strangely, there is a man on your ship as you get closer to it. As you make your way up the gangplank, you notice that this is none other than Dante, the man you were with and seemingly weren't with for a while.
Well, you're back.
Dante, you're here.
Yeah, so
We're on a boat.
guys. Well, I was just gonna discuss what we're doing next.
When they kill Roku's brother.
Oh, we're going to meet my brother.
Meet his brother.
Well, should we give a name? I mean, your friend, your family. His brother, Kravaku. We have to go talk to him to clear up something with Roku and Hogar for strange connected reasons.
To see if we have to kill him, to put it short.
Yeah, that's all well and good. I'm a bit confused where you guys stand now. Last time we talked, we were well, you were going to kill a rat demon, and
They did that.
Oh.
I'm back, as you can see.
Speaking of that, if you do teleport off with the Raven Queen again, you can tell her that we've learned some good information. I was a very good liar to the Mr. Rat King, and we learned, well, his demon name, which is kind of useless now, but we learned about their leader, Enoch. We learned that they're using souls for power, and they're collecting more and more souls and more powerful souls for power.
We know Avandra gathering demons.
Avandra, the goddess of luck,
Vecna.
has demons.
Vecna's
Vecna's
on-
siding with the demons.
well, this is interesting news. I mean, this means that the army amassing in the east, they could have godly help of that of Avandra, of Vecna.
So that means we need to get our boys on this side
Yes.
with
Horde.
Celestian,
Raven
Cord,
Queen.
the Raven Queen. And we need to stop these guys.
So you're all not hostile with the queen then?
Not currently.
Not anymore. we were in the beginning, we saw her as a threat. And now,
She killed a lot
with
of
gaining
people.
information, we realized it might be okay to have her around for a bit. As long as we're on the same track.
Well, if you're going to ally with her, you need to make a deal for good, you know? No double crossing, no allies for a bit. This threat is more significant than we could have ever imagined.
I'll gladly ally with her if she doesn't do the thing she did back in Brighton, where she just murdered the entire gathering of people.
You understand why she did, though. I mean, if you claim to have met Enoch face to face, you understand the threat he presents, especially with his godly help.
But is killing people, just normal citizens, okay?
It's funny you're the one asking that.
Well, I mean, I don't care about people, but I still care enough to be like, well, they're people.
The Queen exhibits an intense neutrality. It's not about people, it was about the greater good.
And mass
If she
murder
can
was a
keep
greater
killing
good.
civilians to a minimum, I understand that she had a whole thing with this demon cult. Like, if she wants to go kill them, by all means, I'll join in. But like, just normal citizens.
Look, she's been rather patient with you all this far. I mean, you've plotted against her with the rat, you've claimed you were lying, and you've made threats to kill her offhandedly and directly, and well, frankly, you guys are not on anyone's top priority list for allies at the moment. You're loose cannons. No one really knows what you're gonna do next.
Kind of like that.
Or the loose.
That's a good idea. We should stay that way, sweetie.
What? Roku,
Roku,
doing what?
I was hoping since we were the
dinosaur
ones to
buns?
originally have discussions at Let's Go To, I thought perhaps you'd understand the concept of the greater good.
You were going to help me kill her, if you recall.
Times have changed. The demons coming out of Saras killed most of my friends, and now I know that they're aligned with a god as well, so in my eyes, that becomes the number one priority.
And when that priority is dealt with, then what?
We play our hand as we see fit.
Exactly. We want to help you defeat the demons. And once that is done, we will play our hand as we see fit.
I'm afraid I can only offer my resources further if you promise no more plotting against the Raven Queen.
We will help you defeat the demons. We are on your side. For now.
We won't turn on her unless she turns on us.
There's no turning, there's no ulterior motives with her. She's just trying to maintain order in a chaotic world. Now I can offer you her resources, her troops, her shadow crossings, but I can only do such a thing if you're willing to put your pride aside and not threaten to murder her for a certain amount of time.
We agreed to that twice now.
We
act.
won't threaten or attempt to murder her while we have the bigger threat of the demons with aligning the gods.
You keep stepping around the issue.
I think we've agreed
Isn't
several
this what
times
you
to this.
want?
No, we do not pretend to be allied until the demon threat is dealt with, and then
We are
It's
allied.
not pretending, that's being allied until a mutual threat is gone. That's basic war strategy 101.
right. But it's what comes after that is what I'm worried about.
We play our hand as we see fit.
That-
That's what you said.
But my hand, as I see fit, does not involve taking gods down from their rightful places.
I don't plan on taking a god down from its rightful place unless it's in this top priority. Avandra, Vecna, they can be taken down because they're in the wrong place in this priority. After this priority is dealt with, if the Raven Queen returns back to her holy position, so be it. We're allied with her as long as us all together are against this big threat of demons. Do I agree with her how she murdered a bunch of people? No. But everyone has disagreements? Is that a word?
Disagreements.
That's the word.
Sweetie, do you need a book?
Bro, I have an intelligence of 10. Fuck off.
So what do you say, Dante?
Do all of you feel the same way?
That's right. I think Sweetie speaks for both of us in this instance.
Yeah.
All right. Then I guess our priorities are straight. We got to go stop these demons right now before they get too powerful.
First things first. We have a brother to meet.
I'm sorry, what? I thought
Potentially.
we were just talking about demons and their possible allies with gods. What other thing could possibly...
We need to strengthen our allies with friendly gods.
No, you don't
We need to-
understand that
If we take out his brother, we have Cord and
Celestian.
Celestian also on our side.
we need to stop
more
the...
godly-
I'm confused. We just talked about priorities and how the demons, stopping the demons were the highest priority, and now you're saying we shouldn't do that right now?
This is helping with that priority.
Think of it as this is the highest priority, the demons. We need to build ourselves up to the demons
We
by
are...
taking out.
We're at the demons. We have the priorities. With you guys, we can stop them.
They have countless demon lords and at least 2 known gods with them.
We
We have
the
one
Raven
god.
Queen.
We have the Raven Queen and her
No
people.
gods inhabit the plane at the moment. There's only so much that they can do. But if that power continues to grow, any day now, that power could reach the point where they can step in and out of our plane as they please.
Okay, Dante. So then what's the plan?
We mount an attack.
Where?
Well, I don't know. I thought we could come up with something together. I
I
thought
have
Thor and-
some allies that promise to help us in this instance. The Fire Guard from Skotua.
Yes, I remember them.
I spoke with them before we left, and the chieftain promised that he would help us when the time came. So, I say we go meet him there, and whatever forces the Raven Queen has meets us there as well.
Well, I suppose you're right. We can't sail around this godforsaken continent. So to get
Yes,
there in less time, I'm gonna need you guys to follow my lead. All right?
I could just be there.
Oh, can you? When we last talked, your hand when you did that, it was on fire the last time you did it. So I just didn't
I've
know.
gotten a lot better at it since.
Oh, okay.
That was actually my first time, I believe. New.
Well, I have no problem in getting there if we can rally the forces as soon as we can.
Are we agreed? Skotua?
I'm not disagreeing with anyone. But I'm saying if we sail along the way, we could gain Cord and
The thing
Celestian.
with them is down by Skotua.
So we could get there, get the fire guard, prep them, and while they're getting prepped, we could go take on
Kreivaku.
We meet
Kravaku?
Kravaku. We don't know if we need to kill him yet.
Do you know where
We
this
meet Kravaku.
man is?
Unfurl the map.
yes.
Right.
Point at the big X.
So what? He's just floating out there?
He is locked in a prison by the Illithids.
So when I said that these demons could be gaining power enough for a god to step through into our plane as they please by any day now, you assume that you are going to enter the confines of an illithid prison and free a prisoner within the depths of the ocean?
Free slash
know-
maybe kill.
2 days ago, we also took out the demon lord of keeping souls together, right?
The Rat King.
We killed the Rat King. They don't have a professional channeling the souls into their power anymore.
Are you familiar with how the demon hierarchy works?
No.
It is much like the mythical Hydra. You cut one head off and two more take its place. The only way to stop it is at the source.
Which we also know how to summon.
What do you mean, summon?
Well, we have to go back to that portal.
When we were in the Rat King's place, which he can teleport us to. I think he remembers it pretty fun.
Oh, I can't teleport.
Go to
I
the
can't
pedestal.
switch. I can't switch dimensions. But he can.
We can switch dimensions, and then you can teleport us to there.
That's right.
But that's
And
only
then-
works for 10 people.
That's where we could mount our strike.
8 people.
Once we all get there, Roku heard some numbers about how to get this guy here. So then we just,
528013.
it was in some demon language. We bring him there, and we just cut off the head of the snake.
Oh, I'm talking about Sarask. If we weaken their hold on the material plane, then we don't have to worry about cutting the head off in the abyss. I mean, do you guys listen to me when I talk? Or I feel like sometimes
Yes.
you guys get so caught
We're
up in your own
offering
adventures.
ideas, and you're not open to it at all.
What do you mean? We're killing the head of the demons right now.
You're saying that's a much easier task than what you think it is. It's the head of the demons.
Yeah?
We cannot transport armies of troops into the abyss. What we can do is transport armies of troops into Sarask, which you agreed to do.
Yep. We're
Yeah.
offering a different idea, and you're not open to it at all.
Think about it like
Which
this.
is okay.
While
it's okay.
there are armies clashing in Sarask, we send in a strike team to the Demon Lord himself, the Lord of Demon Lords himself, and we take out him,
While
as
his
well as
demons
when the armies are
distracted.
clashing. Forces should be a lot weaker at his front door.
My crew was a lot like you, and they died to a pack of those demons in Sarask. I think you are all overestimating your own abilities when you say you can walk into the head of the demon's home and cut off his head.
That's just the simple version. Of course, it's not that simple. There'll be a lot of hacking and slashing and smashing.
I don't know what they're on half the time.
Fine, Dante. We'll do it your way.
If it's really that much of an issue, you go right ahead and you walk in to the Demon King's living room and see how that fares for you. I will be avenging those that I have lost and attacking the heart of what is right in front of me.
And those people are going to have an excellent leader.
What do you mean?
Well, if there are going to be thousands of troops fighting demons there, they need a general of some sort.
Can do that.
Yes, I suppose.
Sounds like a good place for you.
Right, I guess. I never thought of that, I guess. I hadn't thought in that far. Merely rallying the troops has come to mind.
And if you can trust us
I can't.
in this, while you are avenging your fallen brothers, we venture deeper and
It's
take
not that
out
I
big
do not
names.
trust you.
To be
It is
honest, I
that
kind of want to help in the big battle. Sounds
is
like more
not
fun.
that I don't trust you. It is that I am telling you. You guys don't understand the trouble you would be in walking into that powerful of a person's domain and assuming you would be able to kill them with ease. No offense, but especially if I'm not there to heal you all when you're about to die.
I mean, we do have a healing stick now. That's besides the point.
Where is the Raven Queen's forces? Where do they reside?
Within the Shadowfell.
And how will you get them to this plane?
One of the many shadow crossings she has littered throughout the land.
And the attack point is Sarask.
Yes, that is where we assume these forces to be coming from.
With my map, I'm gonna lay it down. We're gonna make a battle plan.
Okay. Sort of like go to the dining room table, clear it off, war table.
You know they chairs.
Putting a photo of the the map or the map
And
on stream.
just for thematic purposes, each corner of the paper is pinned down by a different bladed instrument stabbed and through the paper into the table.
One of them's an arrow.
One of which is an arrow.
Show me the nearest portal to the west of Sarask.
He pulls out a smaller sort of film of his own. And when he unravels it, it perfectly covers the top of this continent. And it shows the different, it has different, these dotted lines that travel throughout it, and it has these X marks across where you presumably would assume the shadow crossings are at.
So where are these shadows crossings?
I think he's sending it.
Yeah.
Okay. I
No,
was going to draw it out on this map.
points to a he points to a spot that is pretty much directly in the center of the lake, or the body of water beneath the Sarask on the map.
Okay. So we take the Fire Guard's forces and we start the attack. Then the Shadowfell warriors come out from the portal there and attack from the opposite side while they're concentrated on our main force on the east side here.
We're in Trusk now, and many of these people, well, I don't know about them, but they at least look like they're from warrior backgrounds. And I'm guessing they don't want their home invaded. So we might be able to have some Truskins on our side.
We tried this once and they were very against it.
The Etruscans aren't keen on starting war. It would take
That's
one
exactly
hell of
right.
a persuasive person to convince them of that.
But they are starting a strike team of paranormal defense.
I don't think it's worth our time, sweetie, but if you would like to, I'll gladly go with you.
Those sound less like demon hunters and some kind of ghost busters, you know?
Supernatural defense.
Yeah.
Well,
With the
it's just a thought.
paranormal Ghosts.
The more troops, the better, I guess.
Dante, we can gather the Fire Guard if you would like to get the Shadowfell warriors.
Of course. I'll tell the queen as soon as I can.
How are we going to coordinate? Do we have a means of communication?
I do know a spell. I believe
Rob
I can
knows it
message
too.
you telepathically as long as we're on the same plane.
Perfect.
Oh, except he's not going to be on the same plane. He's going to be in a Shadowfell.
We will teleport to Skotua here in a little bit. We will talk to the leader of the Fire Guard, that I forget his name.
Chief Pozar.
Chief Pozar.
Wow, it seems
Speak
like
with him.
so long ago since we were there.
It was pretty long ago.
They reside in the mountains, correct?
It
They
did.
reside in Sotua.
So do you think they have settlements or people in the mountains near Midrock? Because they could attack from Midrock.
They came
Going
down
over
from
to
the mountains
Sarask.
right by Skotua.
I stuck around a little bit after you guys left, and what I saw was that town has been turned into some sort of training camp for the Fire Guard. Just free property for them to rally their forces for something.
They did good with it, right? They didn't turn the
I
place
didn't
worse.
go around asking questions, but it didn't look like a slave state.
We'll see when we get there, I suppose.
There's
Okay.
another
So
sort of unforeseen circumstance we have yet to deal with. We don't really know what Sarask is like.
Should we gather intelligence first?
I am certain it is of the utmost importance that our time is spent wisely.
Well,
But
if we're walking into a huge trap, that wouldn't be.
precisely.
Okay.
I suppose that's up to you. I can offer my Well, the Queen's shadow crossings and her discretion, if you need them. Travel through the Shadowfell is a lot faster. 1 foot here in the material plane is no 1 foot in the Shadowfell is equivalent to 8 feet in the material plane.
It's the
A very,
fucking nether.
very quick method of travel. I don't
It's
know what you mean.
It's the
goddamn-
nether.
It's the fucking nether.
That made me fucking giggle.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How far do you think Trusk would? I'd say Trusk is like a day's travel if we get all the way on the east coast here to
For sure.
Sarask.
Maybe 2, maybe usually 1. If you're an experienced pilot.
Hogar is half experienced.
Hogar is half experienced, so we'll see.
It'll take a day and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty good.
So we could do it that way, or is there a portal in Skotua that we can get to that lake?
Yeah, there's one just at the foot of the mountains.
Okay, so we can take
Like
that
right
portal at the foot of the mountains there
There.
to the portal there. We can very stealthily sneak our way up, get some reconnaissance in.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm stealthy.
I'll have to take my armor off.
Do you guys have any sort of idea of what the Platinum City is?
Heard about it.
The only platinum thing I've seen is the Platinum Place in Brighton.
No, we've heard a lot about the Platinum City, but that was so long ago I cannot remember.
Why, those were even before the Skotua days.
It had something to do. No, that wasn't me.
I think it was they were only inviting certain people in. Was
Yeah.
that it?
That was some sort
I
of
don't
like.
remember
I
Platinum
feel like it was
City
a
at all.
cloud city of some sort. I don't know. I don't remember.
No, the Cloud Fortress was
Oh, that was Rick.
Ferris's thing.
Yeah.
That was Rick.
Anyway, Roku needs to get a rest because I want my charges full.
Well, when are we planning to attack?
How much time do you think we have? A few days?
I don't know how long they've been working with Avandra and Vecna. As soon as we possibly can.
Can you give
But
us
it
2
is-
days before you contact us?
If it is true that you have wiped out an influx of souls from getting to Enoch and his forces, then I think we bought ourselves some time.
Well, I believe we did just that.
Two days.
Well, do we need to get to Skotua?
Yeah.
Roku, would you like to do the honors?
Roku needs a nap. I'm at
Oh.
7 out of 8 charges, and I want to be full before we start doing shit.
I mean, we could go and then you could take a nap.
Do you guys mind if I start taking the ship back? I mean,
No, we
You
can
guys-
leave at any time.
I figured even if I drove far away, you could still get there in a snap, right?
That's right.
Thank you all for coming to an understanding. The Queen may have found your sarcastic and passive-aggressive comments a little literal.
That was Oz. Oz was pretty forward.
Well, desperate times. He takes a step back and hops up to the helm of the ship.
Okay.
Roku's going to take a nap.
All right.
Yeah, I'll put, actually, I need to move it over here. Like this over to the side. Nope, not that. Just that, like the top right.
Hmm.
That's actually nice. I might
I
keep
don't
that
have
there.
anything to do really, except
Okay.
I have all my arrows, so I tell Gronk what I saw. That's what I'm saying my downtime doing.
What? Oh shit, that's crazy.
Damn!
What?
Trying to help him with his, well, he used to have like a faith issues, but well, can't
And have
never
faith
have
if she's not here.
That's true.
I'm gonna
Well,
leave
with
the
that-
quarterstaff on the ship. I don't know if it was on me or on the ship, but it's staying on the ship.
I have the purple ring. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm carrying it just in case.
As Dante starts to pilot the ship away, you all sort of rest after your. It is only presumably about noon, but you've had a long day thus far of fucking with the guard at the Ivory Fortress, as well as talking to Lamac and, you know,
Battle plans.
battle plans. You will wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and well. And Roku, you are back to your charges. Do you plan on doing anything?
Healing salve.
All of the leftover air seals out like it's the very, very bottom of an empty
Aerosol.
yeah, aerosol can. Thank you. I was going specifically for like a whipped cream. As it just leaks out this suddenly the salve removes itself from your eye. The film drips off like loose dead skin as you peel it off slightly. As you blink a little and shove off this leftover film from your hand, you flick it off of you. And you look at the transitional space between Vecna's arm and your own. And it looks almost as natural as it has been. You look and feel around in your eye, and it feels relatively at ease with the rest of your body. A weird alignment you have not felt.
Gonna feel myself for like 10 minutes, then I'm gonna go grab the other boys.
Talking to my brother's talking. Not much else, because my brother's not here to talk to.
All right, I'm assuming everybody's gathered,
Mhm.
including Gronk. And, everybody's got to hold hands.
Mm-hmm.
Who specifically holds Roku's
Hands
hand?
are like,
I
I want to hold his dead hand.
I'll hold his live hand.
You grab a hold.
Oh
of
wait, I
the-
can't hold his. I grab his dead hand's wrist.
You grab a hold of his dead hand's wrist, and instead of feeling like a leathery, loose, gross concoction, it feels taut and sort of muscular. An improvement is very visible, as it now just looks a little mummified and less necrotic. As you grab a hold, Roku, you presumably snap.
I'm thinking specifically the thing that sticks out to me the most is where Ferris died, but you know that's no longer like standing. So
The beach.
the ashes are where we're going. The ashes of the big old.
Got you the big
plantation
old
building.
house.
Yeah.
Is with that you, for the first time, all of you have teleported, and instead of feeling like all of your molecules got disassembled and shoved through a meat grinder,
and then reassembled again. It feels as though your body is simply just pulling you and launching you into another direction, almost giving you whiplash, but that's the worst of your injuries, and you feel little to no pain as you land on a stone floor and you look around. Fire pittons strike your vision as you see this new stone structure in the place of the prior. And that is where we will pick up next week as you have returned to Skotua.
Bum, bum, bum.
God, I fucking hate